Good day all, welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we've got one for all you vintage truck fans out there. A 1941 Chevrolet AK Series pickup. Check it out. Bright lipstick red paint, nice bright work, beautiful package all together. Let's talk about some of the details. The paint is good driver quality. It does have some small imperfections, touch-ups here and there, but the overall effect of it, as you can see right here on the screen, is pretty stunning. And it is hard to beat that Art Deco looking grille on the front end. What an amazing feature on a car from the early 40s. This was the first year of the AK series, and just a year before we headed off to World War II. The bright work is in very good condition, as you can see. Very, very nice. Great looking front bumper as well, with some fog lights mounted on it. Those are wired up, but they seem to be non-operational at the moment. They even have a little Chevrolet on the top of them, and still has some of that Art Deco style. Round headlights and bright bezels. The turn signals atop them look really cool. Do not operate. There's no lever for a turn signal indicator inside the truck. You can see it's got a split windshield, chrome bars separating at the center, and it's got a new seal around it, and it does indeed crank out from the bottom just as it should, using that crank inside at the top of the dash. And you can see it also has a cowl vent there that'll get you some extra air inside the cab as well. Dual side mirrors, body color stems, chrome mirror backs. We've got a really nice looking strip here done in black paint with a silver or gray center. Travels all along that body line, loops around the back, travels all the way to the other side and comes back up to the front. Really does a nice job of kind of breaking up all that red with a great look. And on the sides of the hood, you can see these vents along with bright chrome trim with little red lines through the center of it. Super cool. Wheel and tire treatment could not be better. Steel wheels, Chevrolet moon caps with blue and red on them, beauty rings, Firestone wide white wall tires, and they are bias ply. Just the perfect look for this vintage pickup truck. Both sides feature bright step plates with Chevy bow tie emblems on them, bright door handles, and these wood bed rails in the back, which are just so cool. Check that out. Phillips 66. And over here we've got the Phillips slogan. Go first class, go Phillips 66. Body style on these trucks is just fantastic, with the big swooping fenders, nice bulbous front end, and check out this bed. Black stained wood, nice black divider bars, clean as a pin. The tailgate features Chevrolet script painted across the back, and we've got hook and chain closures with some nice black vinyl protective coverings. Tail lights, chrome rear bumper, a bias ply spare mounted underneath the bed, and dual exhaust with flared chrome bow tie tips. And MagnaFlow mufflers. It does sound nice, especially considering it's a 6-cylinder. The only difference between the passenger side and driver's side is right here. That's your gas fill with a nice chrome topper on it. All right, now that we're back up front, I am going to attempt to do all of this one-handed. Lift the hood up, and this is kind of a bifold hood. You'll see as I lift it up, this kind of goes underneath. And what we've got here is a 216 cubic inch inline 6-cylinder. You can see down here, way down there, that's what we believe to be the original Delco Remy starter. You got Thrift Master, Thrift Master decal, on that gray valve cover. You can see over there that AC air cleaner. We'll go look at that from the other side and try and get a better vantage point. It is manual steering, and it is manual drum brakes on all four corners. Suspension is leaf springs on all four corners, so very, very true to its original build style on this truck. There we go. Got the horn, single barrel carburetor. Looks like it could well be original. And that cool AC air cleaner. Cast exhaust manifolds, again leading back to those MagnaFlows. You can see the steering column there. Cloth wrapped wiring. We think that the engine and transmission on this truck may well be original to the truck. We're not certain, but we think that that is the case. All right, let's check out the interior. Oh, I almost forgot that that inline 6 marries up to a 3-speed manual, for which we've got a shifter right there coming up out of the floor. Simple H pattern with reverse being in position 1. Interior of the truck done in tan and brown, as you can see. Very simplistic, very Spartan, just the way they were from the factory. This is a door lock. If you lock that, you'll see that turning the handle doesn't do anything. And if you turn it that way, the handle operates. So simple with a handle and a window crank. And when I say window crank, check this out. These go up and down super easily. Both windows do, passenger and driver. Seat, really nice, brown, vinyl, bench, simple. On the floors, they're just black painted steel underneath. Kind of nice mat, which acts as a sound deadener. And then this rubber mat on top that's fitted, as you can see, and cut out for all of the stuff that's down there. Walls of the cab, dash, doors, all painted that same tan. And up on the ceiling, you've got that cardboard style liner, like kind of a hardboard, if you will, like a backer board. This painted a slightly darker tan than the rest of the interior. One visor for the driver, done in brown. Let's hop in. Not too small inside. A lot of these trucks can feel a little claustrophobic, but there's plenty of room for 2 folks in here, and maybe even bring your pooch along with you for a fun night out driving around town. Ahead of the driver, 3-spoke OEM style steering wheel, non-working horn button, and it frames this nice looking gauge cluster here. And from what we can tell, all the gauges work. I'm not sure they're all super accurate, but they do work. And I'll show you that in a few minutes when we fire it up. But this carries on that Art Deco style, especially in the numerals and the lettering. Really goes with the whole vibe of the truck. Over to the left, that's your light switch. Down below, this switch here is supposed to be for the heater. And the heater is a simple box heater located over here. You can see it down low. You just open up the doors to let the heat out. Only it doesn't seem to work. We haven't investigated as to why. It could be made to work, I'm sure, but it currently does not. You can see coming up from the floor here, you've got an e-brake lever, your shifter for that 3-speed, and down low, right over here, that's your foot start button. Old school cool it is. Under the dash, this opens up the cowl vent on the hood. Let me show you that. If that works as it should. See it pop up there, and then clicks down. And I'll show you how easily the windshield rolls out as well. Check that out. I love it. So you can get plenty of airflow in here between the cowl vent and that windshield, which is pretty cool. A little bit of ornamentation on the dash here. Nice bright strip around the gauge cluster, and more ornamentation over here on the glove box. Glove box is simple. A couple extra parts in there, like some light bulbs and a couple of screws. Nothing major. We've got a throttle control, so you can kind of set where your idle is, and a choke as well. And both of those do operate. Cute little ashtray here, a real small ashtray. And that's pretty much it for the inside of this truck. It's not huge on creature comforts. It is very true to the way the truck was originally built. And that was simplistic in 1941. Now let's get out the key. I'm going to give it one tap on the gas before I start hitting the start pedal. Nice. It is still a 6-volt system, has a brand new battery that we put in it a couple of days ago. Runs like a champ, as you can see. It's a nice cold start. We're low on gas. And you can see there, watch those two operate. You can definitely tell if the battery and oil gauges work. Again, as to accuracy, I can't say. Just no way of knowing how accurate those two are. But the choke definitely works, throttle control works. Don't need to mess with them right now. The truck's stored in our warm showroom, so it fires right up nice and easy. It does have a bright stomper switch down there. And if you've got your lights on, right in the center here, you'll see the bright light come on. And you can see the reflection on the back of that SUV right there, that brights do indeed work. There is no turn shift indicator lever, so no way to use turn signals on it at current, although one of those can easily be purchased and put on later on down the road. Let's hop out and give a listen to the tailpipes. What a smooth running truck. Sounds fantastic. Nice subtle burble out of those tips. Folks, if you've got any questions at all about this 1941 Chevrolet AK Series pickup, give us a call. Here at Cruisin Classics in Columbus, our number is 614-276-7355. Happy to help you with financing. We work with a couple of companies that specialize in loans on these classic vehicles. We can get you transport quotes to get it delivered from our garage to yours in an enclosed carrier. And we are, again, here for your questions at Cruisin Classics, 614-276-7355 in Columbus, Ohio. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Surely this cool truck's not going to be here for long. Look at how nice it is. Give us a call today so you can be the lucky one, to put it in your garage. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow with something else cool.